Yeah, I used to laugh at Mike Mensa's training system. Here's a funny story about that. Check this out. This is back in the 80s, okay? So I was just about 16 years old, and there's these two guys, they're working out in our gym, and Olympic gym. These guys, they were about maybe 18, 20, a little older than I was, and it was very, very remarkable. But really much I remember about them is the fact that they were full of acne. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing you can do about it if you have acne. I'm not sitting here to make fun of it or anything like this, but that was the thing that really stood out. They had like just like bad acne, and they were wearing these cutout, neck cutout sweaters, which were typical for the 80s, but they didn't have any traps to go with it. So they kind of looked funny, let's put it this way. They had these really thick glasses on too, and they were just looking very unique. And yeah, so what was more unique about it at the time for me is that these guys were training extremely short. Like I see them come to the gym, and then next thing you know, 20 minutes later, they're gone. And everybody's looking at us, looking at each other, we're going like, what are they doing, you know? So I remember that I actually talked to one of the guys, the twins, they called them. They called them the twins because they were actually twins. And they dressed the same too as well. So they had the same outfits on. They looked like Hans and Franz from that commercial. That's what they looked from the skit they did on SNL. That's what these kids look like. And here I am, you know, we're doing high volume. We're doing 20 sets for muscle group. We thought we did everything right. How wrong we were, you know. Now, in retrospective to it, of course, these were the kids that did everything right because they had the heavy-duty manual with them at all times. They were training after heavy duty, and that was their little Bible they had with them, you know. I remember that, and I didn't know anything about Mike Mensa. I mean, I saw some pictures of him in my teens as being inspirationally, but it didn't strike me as, and I never picked up the book back then. I mean, the Arnold book was the big deal, you know, that big ass book we made a encyclopedia, whatever it's called, and you know, we had that book in the gym. I remember that, and I read it and all that, and yeah, I thought that was the holy grail to everything, right? So how wrong was I back then? Me looking at these kids, these two guys, they know the right shit. They knew what was up, you know, and we are the ones thinking that these guys are wrong. That's crazy when I think back, and it just came to my mind because I remember that now. I remember that story. For some reason, it just popped up in my head. These twins, right? Who knows what they're doing now? I hope they're doing great. Hopefully they can maybe see this video and they go like, hey, is that the guy that made fun of us back then? Yeah. How wrong was I, huh? Anyway, but just a little short story that I thought that I want to share with you guys. And yeah, if you're in the right track with high intensity training, stay on the right track. Don't let other people fool you into believing what you're doing is wrong, because you know, stick to the truth. Stick to what makes sense, what is logical. And I hope I entertain you with this little story. I just wanted to share it. Have a wonderful night. Hit the like and subscribe. Good night, guys. Bye-bye.